Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. I am back and today I'm going to be doing a video which is for a new generation of part work model builders. I'm going to be building the Fanhome Back to the Future DeLorean.
Are we back? We're back.
Now, I've been toying with the idea of actually building this again for an absolute age, and the reason being is because when I first built this, I didn't know all the skills that I've learned throughout the years of doing different part work models, from using oil to different techniques to how we can store parts to everything. And I think it'll be invaluable for new builders, especially those of you who are actually starting this for the first time, to actually build along with me. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing the whole Back to the Future series as nature intended. So exactly as the magazines are laid out, I'm going to lay it out through pack size. I'm giving you my input about some things that might make your life easier. And if you are building along with me, you have got a guide to follow you. So I hope you are going to enjoy these videos. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link down here to the Fanhome website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But I think I'm going to jump straight into it, show you the magazine, show you the sort of tools you're going to need to actually build this. We're going to be building the Back to the Future DeLorean. So we're going to be starting with stage 1. This is where it all begins. This is the stage 1 magazine. As you can see, all the instructions here give you an inventory of what you should have in stage 1, and then the instructions about how to put these parts together. After the instructions, you have got quite a bit of information regarding the Back to the Future films, DeLorean motor cars, the DeLorean, the design, and also you'll get a guide to what's coming in the next issue, as you can see here, which is one of the wings. And I've got a bit of information regarding that wing when we get to the second stage, but that's what the magazine looks like. Let's do this. Now, once again, if you're new to part work building, everything you get is in one pack. And in this pack, you even get a screwdriver, which is going to help you actually join this together. So what I'm going to do is open this pack up, lay everything out, and explain some of the things you're going to need as you go along building the Back to the Future DeLorean. And as you can see, with everything open there, quite a few things to be starting with. And the first thing you're going to notice is, as I said, we do have this screwdriver. So the screwdriver that comes with this looks just like this. Now this looks like a PH00 head. This is quite a small head. I tend to find with most of the screws that we're going to be building, you're going to need a PH0 screwdriver looking like this. This is a wearer screwdriver, and I have put all of my Amazon links at the start of this video, and these are in here. So PH0 and PH00 are the screwdrivers you're going to be needing. You're also going to be needing some oil. Now, I never used this in the first time I built this, and I've got some oil here in this little pump dispenser here. So when I pump it down, it pumps a little reservoir of oil in there so I can dip my screws in. Now, the reason I do that is because the oil will cut through the paint in the metalwork, and it also aids the lubrication of getting your screw into the metal threads when we are screwing into metal without any resistance at all. Obviously, we don't need that when we're screwing into plastic. I'll talk more about the screws afterwards, because there is different ways to tell what's a metal screw, what's a plastic screw. The only other thing you'll need, but you won't need it till later on in the build, is some glue. So I've got this stuff here, which is called Glue It, and this is from the range stores in the UK. It comes as a tube. It also comes as a brush. So if I just open this, as you can see, I can brush this on as well. But any CA glue will be good for that. You don't really use much glue in this whole build, but it is available there should you need it. So we're going to be starting with this lovely metal piece here. This is all metal. This is the rear of the DeLorean. This is going to be taking the brake lights, the reverse lights. They're all going to go in here. And we have got the plastic section here, which is going to make the fender at the bottom of this. Now, we're going to be putting these two parts together. So all we're going to do is hold it this way round, putting these together like this, and we're going to be screwing these into place. Now, this is plastic. Even though this is metal, this is plastic. So the first screws we're going to be putting in are going to be going into the plastic. Now, for that reason, we're going to be using the screws that it asks us to, which are BP screws. Basically, this means we're going to be using screw B, which is a P, which is going into plastic. So B plastic, that really stands for. Now I've got 4 screws to put in here, and they're going into the holes that look just like this. So I'll get one in here. It's going into plastic, so I don't need any oil, but we do just want to make sure it's tight. Now, you don't want to over tighten it, otherwise you're going to end up stripping the plastic thread. So what you do, get it tight, and then try and get it about another 5 degrees with your hand. So here we go, number 3, nice and tight. And then finally, one more just at this end here. We can put this to one side because we're going to start building the lights now. Now the lights have this frame looking like that, and we have lenses to put into these lights. If I lay that just down there, the lenses we've got are the amber lens for the indicators. We're just going to drop that in there like that. Then we've got reversing and brake lights putting in here. On this section, we want to make sure that the open end is towards the middle. So that's going to go in like that. And then finally, we've got reverse lights here, just going in there like that. Again, the open side of this needs to be facing towards the middle. So holding this, we're going to be putting it into this metal section just on this side here. And gravity is going to work its magic if I was to tip this over. So what I'm going to do is put it at its side like this. And I'm actually going to put it in upside down. That way, when I hold it here, as you can see, all the lenses are in and it's flat in place there. But we do need to hold this in. And once again, it's a BP screw. And it's going to go into the hole just here. So get that screwed in nice and tight. Perfect. As you can see, that's held in now. I'm just going to put all of that to one side and make the number plate now. This is what the number plate's looking like. That's very iconic, isn't it? And having the number plate holder here, this way round, I'm just going to be putting this into place. So the open side of this is facing up. Turn it over, and this time we're using 2 different screws. We're going to be using AP screws, and I'm going to be screwing this in with 2 of these on the back of this mount. So one here, and one on the other side. So there you go, that's in perfectly like that. We're then going to be taking the headlight lamps and lens, which looks just like that. This is going to be going over the holes just here. So when we put this in, this will go over the top, which means that the lights, as you can see at the top, will be pointing down. Now, once again, these are held in with the AP screws. Just so you know, these tiny AP screws are great for the screwdriver that comes with it. So I'm going to get that in, screw that nice and tight. There you go. So now that looks like that. Now, in this little bag here, we've got some little decals or stickers to put on. Now, these are the registration stickers, which go either side of the number plate here. So the gold looking one, which says CA86, I'm going to take one of these off. They do give you a spare. And I'm going to be putting this on this side of the number plate. Just like that. And on the other side, I've got the one that's in red, which says AUG for August. And that's going to go on this side of the number plate. So finishing it off, it's looking just like that. Put that to one side. All we have then is this iconic plate with Delorean on it, which is just going to be going around the bottom bumper or fender, depending on your location. And it's just a snap in. So put it in one side and then just snap that in along the way so it fits in nice and flush all around. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So moving swiftly on to stage 2, we have got the next part of the DeLorean. And here we've got the wing. I'll show you that in a second. What we're going to be doing is adding some details to that wing, doing the other light, putting the other light into this rear section here, including the number plate we just made. And that will be all there is to do in this stage. Once again, I'll show you the magazine. This is the Stage 2 magazine, again, giving you details of the DeLorean and the production of the Back to the Future film. As you can see here, we are going to be doing a wheel in Stage 3. So bringing this wing over, in this pack, we've got some bits of trim which look like this. Now, these are going to be going into the sections that we can see here. So one is going to go in here, like that. And we've got a really tiny one, which is going to be going into this point just here. Now, all the screws we need for every stage are in the pack. So I need some AP screws now. Again, I'm going to use a screwdriver that they provide, because these are great for these smaller screws. And I'm going to be screwing this larger bit of trim in first. So we've got 2 holes here to get this screwed in. So one this side. Again, make it tight, but not too tight. And one just on the other side here. Perfect. So that's in. Do the same on this side. This one's only going to need one of these AP screws. Just in here. And there you go. That's in place. Once we've done that, we can put that to one side. And bring over the rest of the parts of this pack, which are all the lenses and the light frame that we've already done in the last stage. But this is now for the other side. So once again, the indicator, the amber indicator in there. Then we've got the U-shaped lights going in the center. Whoops. Like that. The open side of this light here, which is here, is going to go underneath. So the open side is in the middle there. And then finally, the open side of the reverse lights is going into there like that. So that's the lenses laid out. And then once again, bringing over what we've just done and using the technique as last time, keeping this way round and actually offering this on top to get it in place, and then turn it upside down. As you can see, lenses are held in place. Once again, this is going to be screwed in from the other side with a BP screw. And I've already got one of those from the last pack, so I don't really have to open another one. And it's just going to go into this hole just here. So as you can see, they're both in place like that, screwed in from these 2 positions just here. Now these are eventually going to light up. We're going to be putting bulbs onto this side here. Not on this stage though. The last thing to do is to take the number plate we created before. And this is just going to slot into this center section here, just like that there. Once again, this is held in from the other side with some AP screws. We're just going into these holes just here. So one this side. And one this side here. And that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So we've already created the back section here. And we've also done the first wing looking like that. And this is what it looks like compared to my head. You know, I always like to compare that so you can see some size, including the wing, which looks like that. Now, you will accumulate a lot of screws in this. You normally get one, like, spare screw per pack, if you like, so you can build up a lot of screws. My suggestion to you is keep the screws safe, because you never know when you're going to need them later on in the build, especially if you lose some. So label them up, get yourself a pillbox or something and store them in there so you know what screws they are. You may never use them by the end of the build, but it's always handy to have them there. But we have started the journey on the DeLorean again. If you've never built this before and you want to join me on the journey, then please subscribe to this through the Fanhome website. I have put a QR code on the screen, and also click the subscribe button on my YouTube channel and you'll be notified every time a new one of these videos come. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.